when we talk to people who have memory problems after TBI, I think what we hear often is not just a little bit of frustration, the way many of us experience our everyday memory failures when we have them, but something that feels so out of sorts with how they expect themselves to function that it becomes not just a little irritating, but angering, even sometimes enraging. When I see people in clinic, oftentimes people are brought because they're having, if you will, an emotional problem after their brain injury. They're getting anxious, they're getting angry, and when you start peeling back the layers of what actually has happened, what you find underneath it is what we might call a cognitive failure. That actually, but for the troubles that they're having with memory or attention or language, those anger outbursts or emotional disturbances might not be happening in the same way. It can be really striking for people, and it can become quite limiting in terms of everyday activities, whether that's interactions with other people or with family, with children, with spouses, with employers, even strangers in public. These problems with memory and other cognitive abilities, once there, can be very disruptive, not only for the sake of their own learning and use in everyday life, but with the emotions that they tend to engender. It's a very, very distressing experience to not be able to do what you need to do, thinking and memory-wise, every day.
Another thing that again, through the work that I've done with people with memory problems as part of this project is the frustration. That people get very frustrated when they can't remember something. And that this kind of frustration and stress, I think, can kind of bleed over into their relationships with their family. And they get very stressed. I remember a particular couple, and one of the main problems that the gentleman was having was he was not remembering where he parked his car. And it happens to all of us every once in a while, and it's very frustrating. But when it happens to you all the time, and so this would kind of cause a lot of stress between he and his wife, and it would cause arguments. How come you can't remember where you parked the car? Because he would drop her off at the front of the store and then go park. But then he couldn't remember where he parked. And so that can cause a lot of frustration, I think, irritability, annoyance. I think it's a hit to their sense of self and their sense of independence. Again, if they can't remember anything that they should have felt like they should have remembered.